ready to put Craig Breslow in the hot seat?
Oh,
Keith?
yes, I am. Are you ready to put him in the hot seat? That's your guy.
Hot seat's
You
too
can't do
strong.
that.
Hot seat's
Not the
too
holiday
strong.
season.
But
Can't do that to Craig.
He's. I
Yeah.
mean, that was a bit of a.
Yeah, what happened?
A bit of a fib in retrospect.
Kind of turns out a little bit of a fib.
Some would call it a big giant lie.
Yeah. Although the offseason's not over, to play your side of the street for a moment, he does have time to make some other moves.
Thank you for pointing that out. For
But
my guy Breslow,
In the
I
here
appreciate
and
that.
in the now, it seems to be going a little counter to what his original plan was.
Yeah, I'll say I don't quite get it. And he does have more time to, I guess, deliver on what he said. But what he said is they're not going to go get a bunch of pitching depth. They're going to get a guy to pitch alongside Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Johan Oviedo,
Yeah.
Haas of the Week nominee?
Haas of the Week nominee. A lot of people talking about him being Haas of the Week nominee. He might have to win it, although it's been a very competitive field.
Oh, it's a strong field this week.
We talked about the late, great Robert Wadlow, the world's original and maybe greatest giant at 8'11". Passed
he was a Haas.
way too soon.
Emphasis on was, but he was a Haas, yeah.
He was 8'11". We also had, what was the other big number? Oh, Aaron Harang, a.k.a. the Harangatang, who was a random player this week, who had similar height and weight as Oviedo.
I'd imagine he's packed on a few since his playing days, but I don't know that for a fact.
Let's get him on the show.
Might be more of a Haas.
So, yeah, those a couple of big nominees, but I would say, the newest member of the Red Sox, you probably got to give him the honor.
6'6", 275, and he's a new Red Sox. I don't know if we're ready to hand it out yet.
No, not yet.
But I think he should be a nominee.
Strong contender.
Red Sox trade for Juan Oviedo in a 5-player deal that prominently features the password.
Password's gone.
Jhostynxon
Yeah.
Garcia.
Stinxon.
Now a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Okay.
Honestly, the deal for me is whatever. I think it's fine. If you're telling, I don't know where the password fits in. I didn't love what I saw when he got up here to the big leagues, but it was admittedly like a teeny tiny, barely even there sample size.
It was quick. Yeah, Mike Trout struggled originally.
I don't know where he fits in on this team. So you're telling me you want to trade him? I honestly don't really care. But could you have put him in a deal for somebody different as opposed to Johan Oviedo, who I didn't pretend to even know until yesterday, although he did pitch against the Red Sox last year.
He did.
I think the deal is whatever. I think it's fine. I'm not here to rip the deal. I am here to rip those comments from Breslow, and he came here saying they were going to go get a starter to pitch alongside Crochet and go, A and B with Garrett Crochet, and they're not overly concerned about their depth. And between Sonny Gray and Johan Oviedo, all they're doing is bringing in pitching depth, which is not what they said they were going to do. So,
yeah,
what does that indicate? What is that telling us about the rest of the offseason? Has Breslow already swung and missed on some higher-end arms? Are some arms that are presently here that we had penciled into the rotation?
Yeah.
Could those potentially be on the move? That's what I want to talk about. It's 617-779-7937. You can get into it here on Jones and Keefe. Interact, Twitter and Instagram, at Jones and Keefe. Keep your eyes out for a Top 5 Friday there today.
Tough one to assemble.
We're going to do our Top 5 albums.
All time.
We did our Jones and Keefe Wrapped yesterday. We went through our current Spotify albums, artists.
Mostly our kids' favorite albums and artists.
Our listening age. Billy's 80. So we did a lot of that yesterday.
Yeah.
We thought today would be a good day to give you our top 5 albums. We'll do that coming up. So keep your eyes, again, on Jones and Keefe on Twitter and Instagram. You can watch along and chat, twitch.tv/BostonWEEI. Always, and I mean always, a healthy chat going on Twitch. Do the same on YouTube. Watch, chat, subscribe to WEEI. We do have a Friday 4-pack at 11:30. We got the Week in Review at 12:45. And joining us today, for the first time, we're going to talk to Drew Carter.
Hell yeah.
The television play-by-play man for the Celtics, but also
This is what I'm really excited about.
he's going to be doing the Monsters, Inc. animated broadcast on Monday Night Football.
I'm all in on this Monsters, Inc. I've watched the Toy Story one from a couple years ago.
Yeah,
They've
Toy
done a lot of.
Story.
They did Simpsons.
Sick brag, bro.
They've done a lot of different ones.
They've done some hockey ones, too. I know,
Yes.
like the outdoor games, like the Winter Classic that they do, I think
what's
they animate.
What's that show I don't like? It's the kid.
The Greens or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Lucas watches that.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't like that show.
Yeah, it's not my favorite
I don't
either.
care for it.
What is it called? Some Big City Greens.
Big City Greens.
Yeah.
They did one of those broadcasts. I'm into it. There was one of them. It was one of the London games that was it on like ESPN Plus? It was like oddly on a channel or an app that I didn't have, but then it was also on Disney Plus. So I'm like screaming at a animated Bijan Robinson to score a touchdown for fantasy.
Are you thinking of your Nickelodeon Slime Time game?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of it was animated. It was like Toy Story style. But it was the only version of the game I could watch. I don't know. I like it. So we'll ask Drew Carter about that, plus the Celtics, obviously.
So we'll talk to Drew Carter at 11 o'clock here on the show today. But yeah, I mean, if you want to start with the trade, be my guest. I mean, I think, as I said, the trade is fine. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's another arm on the team. I guess I'd rather trade a prospect for a guy who can help right now, especially a prospect that doesn't fit. So I guess I'd give it a thumbs up. I don't like what the deal, what I think at least it represents. They're probably out on certainly Tarek Skubal and probably Joe Ryan and Cole Reagans and other names we've been talking about.
So when I first saw this trade, I could look at it two different ways. There's a good way of looking at it, and then also sort of like a bad news way of looking at it. So first, the bad news way of looking at it is I don't think, and I'm not like dying that the password's gone. However, the Red Sox farm system is viewed as one of the better farm systems in baseball. If you go to Sox prospects, they still have Peyton Tolley and Connolly Early on their list, as they should, right? Those guys haven't played a lot in the majors. But let's say you take those two guys out, right?
Where's Jhostynxon? Or where was he?
He was 6th, so he'd move up to 4th if those two guys are on the big league club. So he, let's just say in essence, is a top 5 prospect on the Red Sox. So I thought he would have been included in a different deal. I thought he would have been a guy that helps you get Skubal or Joe Ryan or somebody like that, somebody a step above Oviedo. So even though I'm not like dying about Garcia, we even brought up the other day, you're already trying to trade Duran or Abreu, so what are you holding on to this guy for? So I'm fine trading him. I just thought it would have been for somebody better.
Could you have done better than this guy? Yeah. I think that's a fair criticism of the trade.
And now you don't have him, and it's one less guy. It's another prospect gone. So, you know, there's that fine line of feel free to trade him, but, you know, don't trade him all away either. Here's how I'll spin it as a positive.
Oh,
Here's a spin. Here's a good spinner, a sweeper.
You're going to go Brez Pro.
I mean, well, it hasn't happened yet, but I'm saying how this could possibly be a good idea.
I feel like you're being more Brez Pro than me right now.
What if
Craig
Breslow and the Red Sox know that they're going to try to get Skubal or Ryan, and in order to do that, you're going to have to give up a Bayo, a Early, or a Tolley. You're going to have to give up maybe 2 of those 3 really good pitchers, and you're going to get one in, but then you don't want to be just barren for 4 and 5, and that's where Oviedo comes in. So we have Oviedo and Gray. So, hey, look over here. We're adding these guys. We're knowing we're going to trade away Tolley and Early because they have such value. They have way more value than Garcia has, or honestly, probably either of the outfielders that they're willing to trade. So that would be my one thought. It's like, all right, let's cover ourselves a little bit because we're going to need the depth because we're going to trade away some of that.
I think it's totally fair. Except
it hasn't happened.
Well, it hasn't happened, and does Breslow really deserve the benefit of the doubt to big brain something like that?
No.
I'm as Brez Pro as they come, although Keefe is making a late charge here.
Yeah, look at this.
But I'm not going to give him credit for big braining and masterminding.
No.
A move over here, a move over there, all to make the big move that nobody saw coming. I mean, Crochet was a good trade.
It was a great trade.
I really like that trade. It wasn't exactly, hey, let me tinker over here and tinker over there and get all those pieces and big brain a huge trade. It was just giving a package of prospects for a pitcher who is clearly available.
Right.
So, I mean, if he does it, great. And I'll look back and I'll go, I get it. I see it. I should have trusted my guy Breslow. In the meantime, I'm not ready to give him that much credit for a number 5. I like this. Carabas yesterday. I usually go to him for a reaction. I think it's a good pulse of the fan base.
All right, good barometer.
Red Sox are stockpiling starting pitching depth. Never a bad thing, but obviously not a needle mover. I'd say Oviedo is not a needle mover.
No.
Our guy Bradfo says Oviedo is a guy who will look absolutely dominant in one start. That's good.
And big.
Good. Well, he's going to look big in every start.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Good extension, Keefe, if you care about his
City
extension. Oh, he's going to look good in those.
Talk a little bit more about his extension.
Good extension.
Okay.
Good fastball.
Yeah.
So he'll look dominant in one start, Bradfo says, then absolutely not in the next. At least he has the potential to be a top-of-the-rotation guy. He missed 2024 with Tommy John. He came back and made 9 starts last year after a lat injury. He was originally a St. Louis Cardinal. He was traded for, now I'm blanking on who it was. It was a lefty. You're going to recognize the name when you see it. So he started as a Cardinal. He was dealt to the Pirates. He pitched against the Sox last year.
Oviedo?
Yes.
Oh, Jose Quintana.
Thank you.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Sean McAdam is sort of playing your side of the street here, Keefe.
All right.
He wrote yesterday, at the very least, the Red Sox have a surplus of starters that puts them in an enviable position at the winter meetings as they get underway in Orlando this weekend. It would seem Crochet. I would hope Garrett Crochet is untouchable. It would seem,
Well,
Crochet,
you never know. You never know.
Gray, Oviedo, and Brian Bayo are all untouchable.
What?
But nearly any of the team's other controllable young arms could be put or could put the Sox in a position other teams can only dream of.
Why
so
is Bayo untouchable?
He says it seems
okay.
Crochet, Gray, Oviedo, and Bayo. He does list Bayo fourth out of those four.
Well, they just signed the other two guys. So, I mean, I guess that would be weird. Or they traded for Gray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They didn't sign either of them. They traded for both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, like, I assume they're going to keep those guys. Obviously, Crochet. I wouldn't put Crochet and Bayo in the same conversation.
Me either.
Because let's say you're trying to get a really major deal done, and the team that you're making the deal with is, like, not as interested in Connolly Early or Peyton Tolley. You wouldn't trade Brian Bayo? I would. There was a lot of good last year. Bayo was better than I thought he was going to be.
If
Fell apart in the playoffs. You could say, well, it's one start. Pretty big start, but it was one start. I don't know. I don't know if I have full trust in him. And I'm not trading him for like another Sonny Gray or another Oviedo. But if it's Scooble or Joe Ryan or even Cole Reagans, then yeah, I would do it.
I mean, look, if Bayo's in that kind of deal, then I'll look back and I'll say, I get it. They added Sonny Gray and they added Oviedo because they wanted some...
Yeah.
Well, it's probably a good combination of at the end of your rotation. If they're 3-4, if they're 4-5, that's a good combination of Gray. You kind of know what you're going to get, and Oviedo's an upside guy. So let's see. If you're moving Bayo for one of those guys, meaning Reagans or Ryan, or on the really high end Tarek Skubal, then I get it. But I don't know. McAdams telling you that Bayo's untouchable, or at least it seems that he's untouchable.
He should be touchable. He
Should
be pretty touchable.
Somebody's moving, Keefe, right?
Yeah, I would think.
It might be Early, who's your guy. It might be Tolley, who's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
It might be Bayo, who's probably nobody's guy. So somebody like that is going to move. I do agree with that. Is it going to be for the high-end pitching that Breslow promised? I'm dubious, and that's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm dubious. Meanwhile, Jeff passing out with some more Red Sox notes. He says the Red Sox will spend on a big bat. Now, I wonder what the line for that is.
What's the number for a big bat? How many Tony Hawk skateboards is a big bat?
Is Bregman a 7 quote-unquote big bat?
Yeah, I think Bregman would qualify.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Is Bichette?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, definitely Alonso and Schwarber.
No doubt. But I think those other guys would qualify.
Passan says today they will spend on a big bat. And they're discussing their outfield surplus with multiple teams. Given what Passan wrote earlier this week, we're probably talking about Duran or Abreu. So, look, if Duran or Abreu are on the move and you add Bayo or you add Early or you add some other prospects to that deal, maybe there's still a high-end pitcher to go get. And if you're going to spend on a bat or two, then great. Then you've completed the offseason we all hope for. So far, you've gotten some pitching depth that you said you weren't going to get, and that's all you've done. Like, I'm a little thrown off by that, to be honest.
No, it's his words are making it a little bit confusing because overall that's not the worst strategy in the world. Because you went into last year, if you told me you're like, who's going to have a better year, Walker Buehler or Lucas Giolito? I probably thought, based on recent history, it might be Walker Buehler, and it wasn't even close.
Last year, going into the year, I 1,000% thought it was going to be Walker Buehler.
And Buehler was terrible, and Giolito was really good, and then he got hurt at the end, but like he was really good. So there's something to be said for having a pile of these arms and kind of seeing which guy emerges. You know, they went in thinking, hey, maybe Tanner Houck or Cutter Crawford you'll get something out of. They were good 2 years ago. Crawford was on the shelf all year. Tanner Houck started, then was done. You know, so like you kind of need a bunch of arms, so I get it. But when you're out there telling everybody that we want somebody to go along with Garrett Crochet, and then the first two moves you make are guys that are nowhere near Garrett Crochet, it's a little puzzling.
It is. That's how I would describe the start. I mean, the Red Sox have been active. I mean, you can't say they're not active, and they've made some moves going into the winter meetings. I'd agree with McAdam on this, where they put themselves in a position to be movers and shakers and to make some moves. So, I don't know, what's your comfort level or your trust level in Craig Breslow at the winter meetings? He's got to go execute, right? And I guess that's probably over-dramatizing. I mean, baseball's off-season could go right until April.
Right.
But this is the time to go pounce. So can he land a big bat? He has a surplus of arms. What's he going to do with them? He has a surplus of outfielders. What's he going to do with them? And again, what's your confidence level in Breslow to get something done with the winter meetings getting done or underway, rather, this week?